A beautiful morning to you. It is 7 o'clock here in California, means the stock market has been open a half hour. It is Tuesday, the 25th of April. And what we're going to do is we're going to answer some questions regarding what was said in the last video. And we're going to get an update on the three positions that were on in the last video. If you remember in the last video, it was we were long YM, and YM is the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and we went long. What does it say here? 203.48. This is a real cash account, by the way. 203.48, which would have been a value of about here, somewhere. Okay, and as you can see, it's gone up a bit. Okay. Now, by the way, these techniques here are all in Andrew's course. Every line I use in making the determinations um, in the things we talked about here are in Andrew's course. They're all in there. Advanced Andrew's course, rather. And we offer the Advanced Andrew's course. So just go to andrewscourse.com and you'll see it there. Now, back to here. One of the questions was okay, remember I communicated my process, which is look at the chart, notice the patterns, draw the lines, and go from there. Here's what it is. Real simple. If you remember, if you're a course member, you received a chart when prices were down here. And I had some lines drawn on them. Now the lines I drew were very much related to the pattern. Actually, it was these here that I drew. Very much related to the pattern. And from what you learned in the advanced course, there are certain things that occur near a minor pivot and certain things that occur near a major pivot. So here's a major pivot that we can see with perfect 2020 hindsight. And this pattern here looked like, hey, time for a major pivot. Okay. So here we are, and this is the open. This is one contract. That's all it is. It's you really want to minimize risk because this can be risky stuff. Okay, so what we did was we looked at the pattern, and based on the pattern, drew the appropriate lines, which you learned in the course. We have enough videos that cover this stuff, and went from there. Okay, I sent to course members in the private email group. I sent out the chart, and there we go. Okay, let's see what happened in the TF, which is TF is the Russell Index. Okay, in the Russell Index, let's get rid of this line here. Okay. In the Russell Index, prices first came down to this point here, at which point we determined this was a major pivot. And if you go back through our videos and look back towards the end of March, and you'll see, and in your emails, those of you that are course members, notice that we saw certain things. And if you just look at the pattern here now, you'll instantly see what I saw, because you know what to look for. And we determined this was very likely a major pivot. Okay. So what happened was we had a buy in here, and then price went up. Now, the thing is that when you have a major pivot, and then you have a buy, if you have it at what we call the Babson reversal point, which is what we're looking at here, you often get 5 waves. And these waves can be seen in an internal thing here. Let's take a look. So here we go. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, even 7. Okay. So you get 5+ waves, and then you get a correction. Well, you had a really, really nice correction. Okay, and it went down to, here, let's just see this here, So after prices went up here, as you may recall, we took profits and let prices go through their correction thing. Now, what's really interesting for me is that I've done a whole bunch of studies, and I give you a whole bunch of information on the videos, is that when prices came down to here, and I sent you out an email saying, hey, look, I'm going long here, fellas. And as you can see, I went long here in this account at 1344.10. And I say in this account because I do have other accounts, and typically you'll see me going long or short or at approximately the same price. It's just when you do it even seconds apart, you're going to get a different price. Okay? So 134.10, which would be around there. Okay, so that's about where I went long. Okay, and the reason I went long here was because when I have my Babson reversal point here, I look for a pullback and a specific type 2 pattern. And so had that over here, and this is where we are now. Okay. Now, gold, on the other hand, is very different. Those of you that are course members know that when the price of gold went up here, was up here, I sent out an email and it was alerting you to draw your lines in gold. Time to look at it. And also what exactly I was looking at. What exactly in the pattern I was looking at. And you can see all these things right around here, from here forward. Okay? So, and then price came up here for what I like to call the good old Babson reversal pattern, type 1. Now what's going to happen is this one's going to go down to some point unknown as of yet. If I drew some lines, I'd probably get an idea, but just right now it seems as if it's going down. Okay, it's close past the ML. Typically when it's doing this little thing here, you're going to get a couple closes past the ML, but that's not all. Look at what you have in here. Okay. You have your good old shakeout right in here. You don't even, I mean, I can look at this without drawing any more lines and tell you this is a shakeout. And so you have a nice little shakeout in here. And we know, so you have a nice little one in here. Isn't that pretty? And notice what happens after a shakeout. Ooh la la. Okay. So maybe we'll get another ooh la la. All right. Anyway, we have two other things in here that you absolutely textbook that you learn in the course, what to look for. And just like over here, you drew your lines and one of the targets was this area. One of the targets was this area here. And then another target was this area here, and then on and on and on. Okay. Now, so here, if you draw your lines in, as you would have back here, your target's going to come out down here somewhere. Now, is that a hard, fast target? Heck no. That's just for my entertainment, so to speak. So I'm going to, because I don't want to, psychologically set myself up for failure. And here's what I mean, is that as prices come down, I can absolutely guarantee you that they will spend time going up as they are coming down. They do this. And matter of fact, they're going to spend 60 to 75% of their time going back up as they come down. Strange, I know, but it happens. So if they start doing that and you have this mental target of this thing down here, this may get in your way or it may not, depends on you. And so I just, down here's this other line, that's real interesting, but I don't have anything yet that would give me a new pattern that I need to pay attention to that tells me, hey, we're about to reverse and go up again. So here's our daily chart. And let's see, 190.30. Okay, that would be 190.30. That would be about here. And that's where we got short. As you can see, only short one position in this account. So that's where we are right now. Okay. Now, if you remember in the other video, what I did was I noted that we have certain interesting things coming up. And one of those things was in the hogs. Let's see what happened in the hogs. Yeah, here we go. Okay. And then, so this one went down nicely. And then, what am I doing? That's kind of hard to see. There we go. It's easier to see. Okay, so what I did was in the last video is I drew some lines and I put an alert in here in this area. And as they went down, they hit the alert, got my attention. Okay, but as they did that and got my attention, I drew the lines, and while this is all very interesting, I did not go long. Notice that it all says 0 here. So I'm not long. Several reasons. One is I only have this pattern in the July route here. HEN7, that's the July. I don't have it in the June. So I'm going to leave it alone. Might be wrong, but hey, all I've done is lost a little bit of opportunity. Okay? Let's take a look at what else I was looking at. Also looking at, was it bean meal or something? Could have been. Yeah, down here somewhere. Still have things I'll be looking for down here. So I'm still, the Babson, as you know, the Babson reversal point isn't some set in stone number. It kind of fluctuates just like the price at a median line or reaction line fluctuates. Changes on a day-to-day basis if you're using daily bars. So just waiting for this to do what it does. Let's take a look. Yeah. Okay, so just let this guy do what it does. Notice the pattern in here. So if you're a person who would like to go short up here somewhere, you had good reason. Okay. So I also got some questions of what kind of stocks am I invested in? Well, I'll show you. One of the ones I bought a few weeks ago, down around here somewhere, was this one here, BRFS. Basically, this is the Brazilian meat company that's just been absolutely in the news and horrified and vilified in the media and stuff. And so, but otherwise, they look very interesting. Okay. Another one is iPay. So what is this stock? It's an ETF, and what it is, it's a play on mobile payment systems. Now, that does not mean that it invests in Bitcoin, even though some of the investments may be in Bitcoin or Bitcoin-related stocks. This is basically in companies, most of which are rock-solid companies, that profit from using something other than cash. And the idea is that, for example, other than cash. Google's an interesting company. I don't know if Google's in this batch of companies that invest in here. But Google, for example, makes 30%. They take in 30% whenever you use an app that you downloaded at the Google Store and make a payment on that. They put 30% in their pocket, and then part of that 30% goes to a payment processor like Visa. And so one of the stocks in here is Visa, for example. So there's a lot of people along the way that make money when a payment is processed. Okay. And this ETF here takes advantage of it, and this is one of the ones I'm long. Okay, and here's a couple other ones. This is THD. I bought this one a while back after it made its nice dump down here. THD is a Thailand fund. Okay, so it's an ETF that's says, "I hold wonderful Thailand." Okay, and of course I'm long IWM. I bought this puppy down here somewhere, but that's the same as buying this one here. I had the nice clean buy signal, right? And took advantage of it in the index. So this is Ron Janisch with andrewscourse.com. And it's the 25th of April. If you contact me regarding purchasing the course prior to the end of this month, and all you got to do is ask for the bonus, we will give you the bonus. Okay, and the bonus is a couple of videos that I think you'll find very interesting. That's in addition to the 25 plus videos that you'll get with the course. And videos, by the way, are like 15, 20 minutes a piece because we don't want to drive you crazy in any one of them. Okay? So I thank you for your time and see you next time.